I just woke up. It's 8 o'clock. This time I didn't set the alarm. Actually, I got up at 7 something, all groggy. I stayed in bed and I just got hooked on, I think it was Instagram Reels, and um, motivation is zero, right? Motivation is zero. Of all the days I keep doing something, and then the one day I leave it up to my own devices and everything just collapses. Kind of like your immune system, you kind of go through every day, and then once you stop doing something, you get sick. You know what I mean? That's what your immune system is for. To prevent you from getting sick so you can fight or flight, you know? So we'll see how I change in a bit. Maybe I will stay home. But of course, I'm going to work out here. I was going to go to a new gym, and then I decided later on, I'm like, I already go to two different gyms. Not every day. I have like 10 session passes, but I don't need all the options, you know what I mean? And I'm scared that this other gym, what if I don't like it? Then my day's screwed. And I already have two gyms that I like. Maybe I might go to the gym that's for one of the gyms that I like to go to instead of a new one. I don't know. My mind right now can't think. Which can also be why people with NPD are bad with money and borderlines. And all I can know is for myself, I do, for me, it's a question of the thing that really screwed it up for me is that when I bought these businesses, I trusted the people, you know what I mean? I was looking for someone to play the role of a father, a role model type thing. And then they kind of abandoned, they were just after the money. Also, too afraid to set my limits, set my boundaries. If I wasn't comfortable, I didn't say anything in the negotiation process. I was under the guise that, oh, I'm just gonna learn on the spot. Uh, for So it's kind of like I have to learn everything. Just kind of have to learn to deal with impulsivity and my dealing with my emotions and to avoid dysregulation. If I refer to like Sam Vaknin, he went to zero many times, twice I believe, and he was even in jail. Because of all the charades you put up when you're a narc, right? But if I relate to my boss, it's kind of the same thing. He's putting up this story like everything's good. Well, he told me he's banked, in the hole, but he'll kind of cover it with stories. Initially they had this plan, this plan, this plan, but then he doesn't follow through on it. Like a narcissist, like they don't follow through on anything. It's just for the reputation, for the appearances. Whereas for me, it's about someone to guide me and putting my trust in them, and because I set my trust in them, and not too scared to even, it's so painful, you don't want to look at something, and then it gets worse and worse. I'm still going through it, but I'm still trying to deal with it. because I have big things that are going to go bad. And every day I gotta pick up from where I was, try to get the initial stuff going, and then try to redo my taxes and stuff like that. It's tough. It's really tough. Now I know I'm making no sense this morning, but I wanted to just at least get into the habit of just getting the phone on and talking, and I don't care how it comes out. That's how it was initially when I started this channel. That was why. But then, you get enough zero people liking it, you're not in the algorithms, it becomes very, very disheartening. And then you quit, type thing, which is kind of the same thing dealing with money and stuff like that. And then I guess you gotta kind of learn that everything is not black or white. You gotta kind of change your mind's way of thinking. Why are you doing this? And not worry about that thing. But don't do it in with a false expectation, or don't do it. Invest your whole life in it. Bring up everything else. So you bring up your side hustle so you can support your dream and all that stuff. Whereas with someone with borderline, for instance, they put all their investment into one person. They're their best friend. They're this, and then when they do something wrong, they devalue them, and then that's it. They're no longer their friends. So there's kind of that aspect. When dealing with money, you've been so disillusioned that you kind of just get rid of them anyways. So the goal this time, there are a few views with each video, and that should be enough. Do enough videos with better titles that get some views, then your viewer count increases, and some new subscribers come in, and then you slowly bring it up. And what kind of motivated me to do this again, because I was trying to do edited videos and it was too many steps and I wasn't making any money, and I needed to go make money, and then this fell into the wayside because it was the least of the priorities. And then should be able to do this as the side and just do it without the pressure, and it's really hard to do that for someone who already has fear of abandonment and thinks in black and white and all that crap. So I did have one Instagram account, and I still have it, and I kind of basically left it to nothing, but then occasionally I would post, and then some people would send me pictures on this one account, and I see it's still growing. And I'm like taking that as an example of how to do it. And then the hope comes back, and it's like, oh, maybe eventually I could go to the next step and try to monetize it. And so theoretically, I know that when you set up a business online, you want to see if there's a market, a following, a community that you develop. But first of all, it's got to be something you like to do and that you don't feel the pressure of doing it. Because then once it becomes the pressure, it becomes a real business. And then for me, you're kind of a slave to it and you don't, you know what I mean? So I already have that with I don't want that in all the side hustles. It's got to be stuff I want to do. You got to feel like you're doing something for the pleasure of doing it. Same with this. Talking because I need to talk to someone. And it gets a few views and it'll grow organically, As I'm seeing now. And then we'll see what the next step is. And if there isn't a next step, then at least I'm doing this, it's serving its purpose, and that's it. And I have to get back to that way of thinking, you know? And when it comes to money, I mean, there's so many mistakes I'm doing, and I'm not making enough money, but it's all intertwined. I gotta find something that I like to do that gets some money, and then I gotta take that money and invest it right. And I have a few bad money things that are coming back to haunt me, and I gotta accept that's gonna happen, and I gotta keep it moving. Setting these things in place, the digital stuff, the in-person stuff, to a certain extent, because you can't do all your money in exchange for an hourly rate. You can't have like 5 jobs and work yourself to the bone forever. So you got to balance everything. That is where I'm at. I'm still out of it. I haven't taken any caffeine. And I'm eating first thing, which is not the case usually. And that's that. So we'll see how I feel, but it looks like I'm staying home. Whoa. And I'm gonna start with some stretches, do some chest and shoulders, because I was gonna do that. And that's it.